What's up, guys? It's your boy Daniel Dozen, and today we are working on the Valkyrie, and the mode we're focused around is the minion. And we're back at it again, of course, with another For Honor Heroes. Excuse me. For Honor Heroes build video. Has the hiccups here. So as always, let's go ahead and get into the 3 perk selection here. Now for this mode, I chose to go with Remedy, Feline Agility, and Rapid Refresh. The reason why that being is because out of the 3 common perks that you can get, you're allowed to get all 3, or you can get 2 in a high tier perk. So I chose to go with Remedy and Feline Agility out of the 3 that you see with Radiant Rebound. Reason why that is, Remedy will give you health upon kill, not upon executions like Devour, but kill. It's 10, it's not as much as Devour, which is 15, but it's still enough to help you keep going in the fight in case you're fighting more than one enemy and you happen to drop one of them. Okay, and Feline Agility, this grants you movement speed for a total of 10%, I believe. We get 4 for the first renown, 2 for the second, 2 more for the third, which will run that word up to 8. Okay, yeah, so you get 10% when you have renown level 4. Now, a renown level is when you unlock a feat. So let's say you have the bow, or the harpoon, which you throw for the Valkyrie, or you have Fury as your 3rd feat, right? Once you unlock that feat in game, you're at renown level 3. That's what a renown level means. So if you're at renown level 3, you would have a total of 8% movement speed throughout the whole game, regardless of where your health is or what stat you're in. You have just a 6%, 8% total speed. If you have all 4 feats, you'll have a 10%, and you'll be moving around the battlefield pretty quickly than almost every other character. And it's good to catch people who run away. That happens to be kind of often nowadays. I don't know what's up with that, but I've been noticing a lot of players running away nowadays. Now going on to the 3rd feat that we choose for this mode, I chose to go with Rapid Refresh. Now what this does is it reduces the cooldown of your active feats, or active cooldowns. What an active cooldown is whenever you have a skill on cooldown, which you see the little gray indicator depleting on the skill picture, that, or feats picture, that means your skill's on an active cooldown. The reason why it emphasizes active cooldown is because you can have any skill you haven't used yet, and it doesn't want you to think that it reduces the cooldown of the feat after you use it by 5%. Let's say you do 15% total, you think it stacks. Then you're going to think, if it doesn't say active cooldown, that as soon as you use your feat, your cooldown is going to be reduced by 15%. That's not how it works. Any cooldown or any feat that happens to be on cooldown, which means active cooldown, will be reduced by 5% of its cooldown. So if it's a quarter down, you'll probably be completed by getting a kill. What this does, it allows you to use the feats that we are going to be using in Dominion as often and as much as possible throughout the game match. Let's go ahead and get into our feats now. Now, the first feat we go with is Deadly, and I choose that over Rush and Bounty Hunter. The reason why that is since we have Remedy, we have a way that we're going to be doing damage. This increases your damage for 3 seconds. After that's up, it goes into cooldown, and then once it comes out of cooldown and you land an attack, you have increased attack for 3 seconds again. That's how Deadly works. Now I choose this over Rush because, again, we have Feline Agility, so we don't need something that's going to take a feat slot to increase our speed to get around in Dominion. Going on to Bounty Hunter, it's nice to get health and stamina off of kills, especially when you're getting ganked. Now you can go with this over Deadly if that's the way you like to go. You'll have this stacked on top of Remedy, which gives you health. So that's the reason why I went with Deadly, is because we have a perk that increases our speed. We have a perk that gives us health. Why not give us something that we can use that makes us do more damage in our fight overall? It's a passive, so you don't have to activate it. The way it works is how I explained in the beginning of this feat. Now going on to the second feat, I chose Bear Trap, and I chose that over Bloodlust and Juggernaut because we have I forgot what that feat is called. Let's go ahead and check that feat out again. Rapid Refresh. So because we have Rapid Refresh, a lot of these skills that we have that are not passives are going to benefit from that active cooldown. Even though Deadly does have a cooldown, and your Rapid Refresh will affect the Deadly cooldown, which is good, the cooldown on Deadly is very, very small, so you'll get it so frequent you won't even notice it. But these skills, you will notice the cooldowns. Now, Bear Trap stops the victim and it does damage to them. I believe, I'm not sure if it puts them in the, no, it doesn't exhaust them. Those are stun traps. I used to think bear traps used to do that as well, but I think they changed that. Bloodlust gives you a temporary attack and defense boost after you kill a hero. Now this only lasts about 10 to 15 seconds. I'm probably stretching it saying 15. It's probably 5 to 10 seconds after you kill a player. You don't have to execute, you just kill a player. So we already have a feat that increases our attack. We don't have a feat that increases our defense yet, but Fury will do that, which is the third feat that we're going to go with. We do have something for movement speed, and we have a feat for attack, so I didn't see the purpose in having this. I felt like we already have Deadly, which is going to give us an attack regardless if we kill somebody or not, and then we have Remedy, which heals us upon kills, so we're in the fight longer. Using Bear Trap is more fun with Viking characters in my opinion too, because the fact that you can catch people off guard with it, and on top of that, if you have Fire Fist, as you see as our fourth feat, you're able to throw that on players who get caught into the Bear Trap. And half the time people come in groups of 2, you'll trap 1, you might trap 2, but you can throw a flask at them and most of the time they will be done or dead, especially when they're in a zone. So that's the reason why I love using Bear Trap when it comes to Dominion and other feats that I can work around. I'm like, hey, why not throw the Bear Trap and have some fun? Now, Juggernaut, it's a very fun feat, I ain't gonna lie. The only thing about this is when you activate it, which you're gonna want to activate it when you're about to get into a fight, obviously. Half of the time, players are gonna run away from you. And you are slow, so you can't get away. If you try to roll towards the player or catch them, you start depleting your stamina and you can get caught off guard. It is awesome when you happen to help players who are getting ganked, or you're helping other players, or they don't see you activate Juggernaut and you're able to go in ham with it, because it stops you from being staggered from any moves whenever you're in Juggernaut, besides bashing. Bashing will still stagger you, but you're able to basically be like if you're in Revenge Bowl without the shield, and then let him in stamina. It doesn't last that long, but it's pretty nice. The best character I feel that has this is Shigoki, because he used to be a take like that, and when they took away his armor and you throw on Juggernaut on him, people don't expect him to still be able to take hits. But again, Bear Trap is the way to go for the reasons why I explained. Going on to the third feat, we chose Fury over Javelin and Sharpened Blades. The reason why that is because they nerfed the crap out of Sharpened Blades. And Javelin, it's not always accurate. It could hit minions, it could hit your teammates. It does a good amount of moderate damage, but you're going to benefit more from Fury, especially if you're getting ganked. You'll be able to have more attack, which you're going to do to the player, on top of your deadly boost. Then you have defense, which is going to allow you to withstand and stay alive longer, either for backup or to withstand the gank and actually come out victory. That's the reason why I went with Fury. Sharpened Blades, again, it's got nerf. It's pretty nice when you have it with Bounty Hunter, because when you're attacking players and you're not going for executions because you're getting ganked, and you drop a player from bleed, you get that health and attack buff, or health and defense, etc. buff from that player. This is good in other modes, but in my opinion, we're in Dominion. Go with Fury. You're going to be more figure fights. You could use some more sprint if needed, but I would use it when I'm about to get in a fight, or if I seem like I might get ganked, go ahead and activate that Fury. So by the time you're out of Fury, you probably prop Revenge and then be in Revenge, and it's like you have a continuous Fury going on. And remember, every kill or revive reduces your active cooldowns. Going on to the fourth feat, we choose Fire Flask, and I choose that over Scout, and Regenerate. Now I usually go with Scout because it lowers the defense and it heightens the stamina cost of players who are marked, and if you're breaking the team and you activate this, it's most likely more than a guaranteed win at that point. But because we have the Bear Trap, and it's really fun using the Fire Flask and Bear Trap together, and you can use Fire Flask to control B, is the reason why we went with Fire Flask in this decision. And you can use it throughout the whole match. You don't have to save it for when the team is breaking or vital situations like you would for Scout. Regenerate is nice. I feel like this is a feat made for elimination, scrimmage, and or breach. Attack, not defense. Maybe defense, depends on how you want to play, but it's not going to really be viable for you in Dominion, because there's zones where you can heal and many other ways for you to heal in a Dominion match than there are in these other matches. So go ahead, have some fun with Bear Trap and Flask. Let me know how you guys enjoy this build. Thank you so much for taking your time to watch. Check out my updates for the Berserker build that I have for Dominion and the Shaolin Monk. I'm going to be updating these in their descriptions below. It's just one thing that I'm changing per those two characters, so I'm not going to make a whole new video for them unless it was more that I was going to change. Again, thank you so much for taking your time to watch. I really hope you guys enjoy. Check out these other content videos and more. Shout out to Nani and Carol, my Patreon supporters. My voice is still getting over some cold, and until next time, guys, I'll talk to you guys later.